Coming up on the Gebs 24, we're back to see what's left of the full PAL Super Nintendo collection that we filmed a few weeks ago. Then we'll head back to the Lady Lounge and show you guys exactly the mountain of Super Nintendo games that we picked up. We are back at Old School Gaming to find out what is left on the full PAL Super Nintendo collection. We've got Molly and Jess, as it's my 42nd birthday today as I film this, so I thought we'd bring them along, especially Molly, because I miss her when I'm not with her. I don't know about you, but if anyone has dogs, do you miss your dog when you're not with your dog? But let's go straight over to the Super Nintendo stuff. Of course, we'll double check and have a little whip around here. Always nice to see some Sega Mega Drive stuff. It looks fresh in here every time I come in. It's always good. Jess, you got E.T. up there, look. Check it. Yes, you got E.T. But let's go for Super Nintendo. Are you coming? You ready? She says, I'm ready, Mummy. Are you ready? Yes. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? And here we are to see what is left. Lots of stuff. Loads of big hitters still. Like this. Dark Water. Molly's made a friend with James. Are you going to say hi? Say hi. Good girl. It's James.
The most famous one.
Good girl. Oh. Sorry if she's got really dirty dog breath. Good girl. You're a baby, aren't you? All right. We did pick this up this week. So this is the PAL version of Breath of Fire 2. I'm actually really surprised this is still in. And I'm very surprised actually that this is still in. The classic California Games 2. It's never going to beat the original though. Never ever going to beat the original. So I'm kind of thinking today, obviously I'm going to pick some stuff up. Weird stuff like this, Hungry Dinosaurs. You just don't see it around. It's probably a terrible game as well. It's going to be a terrible game, let's face it. Casper, again, it's so good to kind of come back down and just see everything that he's in. It's so great to kind of see it all. I think I've got an unboxed copy of that. I did take pictures of my boxed collection. There's just so much Frantic Flea. Again, really nice to see that boxed. I think I've got an unboxed copy of that. So I think that's going to be the first purchase, guys. Right, let's see what... Oh, NTSC job. Super Bowling actually have that. I've got a battered copy there of PAL Dungeon Master, which I don't own. That's a really nice game. But strangely, guys, tell you what's like really caught my eye is Jess, what you found? Kirby, bit of Kirby's.
I don't know this one.
Do you not?
No.
I just like the pink box art.
Challenge.
It's really nice. Where's it gone? This, strangely, NHL 97. Again, just random ones you don't see. A lot later into the Super Nintendo life cycle. Crap game, but just intriguing.
Is it crap because you don't like hockey?
Probably crap because I don't like hockey.
Okay.
But it's just nice because it's like later into the Super Nintendo life cycle. So
I love hockey.
you can love it. We'll add it to the pile. There we go.
What? Don't get it just for my sake.
It was one that I had on my possibility list.
I thought you were looking at this at the gaming market.
I got NHL 96 at the gaming market. So yeah, we've got the 97. Here's Jess and I checking out the Super Nintendo stuff. She was pretty amazed at what she saw, to be honest with you. She was very quick to also clock the NTSC games, obviously her being an American. I guess she kind of noticed them pretty quickly. I was probably boring her to death, but I could have honestly just stayed in here all day. But I was conscious that we had to go to a second spot.
Yeah, that's new to me too.
Yeah. Check out that box art, guys. Looks really nice. Again, it's just stuff you don't see. I wanted Luffy, but I didn't pick it up last time I was here. Should have picked it up, really. Idiot. Hold on. Now, that caught my eye last time I came down. Sailor Moon, beautiful box art, front and back, of course. Gorgeous stuff. On the Sega Genesis. Look at that. We should absolutely open that up and see what it's like inside. I need a few seconds of your time to tell you about channel memberships. If you guys want to become a channel member, click join from the main page or the second link in the description. There are 3 tiers, all with different perks for you if you want to become a team member. Thanks for your time. Let's continue with the video. Cool box art alert on some Metal Combat, Vulcan's Revenge. Molly's settling in. She's getting a lovely bit of fuss from everyone. But yeah, this is not. I'm just not going to play it, but it is cool. What else we got on this lovely section? There's actually quite a bit left. I think in terms of big hitters, it's a nice balance between like your big hitters left and your non-big hitters. So what else we got? I'm after like really obscure stuff. Like this is random as well. Power Rangers, the Fighting Edition, check that out. Just random stuff. The Power Ranger stuff, I always found the games go for quite a bit of cash. Obviously we got Populous Bullet. Actually don't own that. Like, that's the second, is that the second? Mad stuff. It's great to be back though. Just seeing a few bits and picking some stuff up for my birthday. Going back again and seeing all these games, in fact seeing games I didn't even see on the first trip. If you've not seen this in its full PAL state, I'm going to link this video in the cards right now. If you look in the top right corner, it will flash up. Check it out after you've watched this. Big hitter cabinet, Mega Man X3 is still there, Mega Man 7, Pocky and Rocky, Harvest Moon PAL English, Chase HQ.
Look at the box, you get the box.
Some wicked stuff. What do you reckon, Mo? Mo, what do you think to this? Molly, what's this? What's this? Is it your SNES games? Do you want some Mega Man X3? You gonna let this gentleman pass? Let's go. Sorry. Good girl. She loves the SNES. This is cool as well. I think this was off a just a random old school Mario figure. Just wicked. So it seems like there's more big hitters left than what I actually thought there would be. But that's really nice to see because I think that's going to keep people coming in. So that's wicked.
Is that yours?
That was, I don't remember if that was mine. I think I actually did trade that in. So if you want to grab some of my stuff, I did trade stuff in like a few months back actually. There's quite a few things of mine in here.
In America.
No, it might not be mine. I don't know. I've still got it. I've still got it. That's similar, same. I don't even remember.
You might just be saying that now to say
Whatever.
my feelings.
But here's the new PlayStation cab. This is cool though, isn't it? This is really cool. Rich got this in recently. It's so nice to see kiosks. And there's actually a Super Nintendo MHC complete on eBay for 20 grand. Who's paying 20 grand for that? Who's paying 20 grand for that? It's insane. But that is wicked. And I know, Jess, you clocked this as soon as you came in, didn't you? This is a nice staple, full of emulators. Would you have that in house?
If I could fit it.
Living room?
Oh, no.
Yeah, living room. Right, I'm going back for Super Nintendo. Come on, Mo. Super Nintendo. Come on. You doing? Terrible game alert. What else we got? Some Super Hockey. Oh, I did ask him to save me a game, actually. It was a hockey game. Right, bottom shelf job. Cutthroat Island. Battered. Don't own it, though. So we're going to get some games that we don't own. So we'll go in with a bit of Cutthroat Island. Bit of Demolition Man. Jess has already got a pile in her hand, to be fair. Stuff you don't see. Look at this. Way back, a dinosaur story. It's German though. That is a German copy. Cool to see. Here we got it. What we got here then? Separation anxiety, locked in at 250. Allows a battered copy down at the Birmingham Gaming Market for 330. That is also battered, but it is cheaper, as you can see. So it's interesting to see that price contrast. Good game. Another random one. I'm liking randomness. Look how random these things are. 90 minutes European Prime Football. You're loving it, Mo. You're loving it. She's loving it. What else we got locked in here? Hyperdrive. 75 quid. That is lovely, classic, like 80s kind of faded box art. It looks really nice. Not going to buy it, but side pocket I did clock last time I came down. That's only 95 quid on PAL as well. And I've got that on pretty much every console. Game Boy, NES, Super Famicom. That is quite a nice price. That's a maybe. Mickey Mania. What else we got? Bit of Super Hockey, which we don't own. Let's add that on. Now there's the second one of this. I've got this one. Pretty sure I've got this. I'm going to check my pictures. Pretty sure I do have that. But there is a second one around here somewhere. Don't remember where it is. So let's have a look for that. Here it is, guys. That's the F1 pole position 2. So we'll put it on the maybe pile. Jess has found something that she wants to show me down that side of the shop. So let's go take a look. Here we go. Let's see what she's found. Molly's being very good.
Okay, see that? Is that what you were talking about?
Collector's edition. That underneath the Borderlands 2?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. But that is cool. That's the Mutants Unleashed. We've got the Pizza Van Pins notebook. That is actually really cool, though. I didn't even know that existed. That's $59.99. I think it was like a smaller one. But check that.
Yeah.
Do you like that?
Of course I do.
That is cute, isn't it?
Yeah. I wanted one before, but I saw them around Christmas time, but I just have nowhere to keep it.
Right, yeah, because like, I mean, it is cool for you, like your controller holder, but you don't really play your PS4 much anymore, do you? It's kind of...
No, I started to feel really motion sick and stuff. That's why I said I want to try and move it to the other TV, because with it being straight ahead instead of looking up, it might be better.
Yeah.
I just haven't done it yet.
It's cool. Yeah, I didn't see it. Right, let's unpack, let's unbox Sailor Moon. Just see how it looks inside. So a lot of people commented on this on the first episode I did down here when it was the full PAL Super Nintendo collection. It's not a game I'm like massively passionate about, but because you don't see it that often and you're probably never going to see it again. Is it German? Oh, it's French. It's French, so that's probably a decision maker to not buy it because it's going to be in French. Let's have a look inside. So yeah, oh, that's nice though. Obviously you've got the cartridge, we've got the kind of random leaflet. Oh, it's all there, guys, as far as like your completion goes. But because it's French, I'm gonna have to put it back. Let me know what you would do. Obviously it's still here, probably a few people have clocked that it's French, but I think it is nice if you're going for a full set, full PAL set. Such nice box art as well. Beautiful. You alright, mate? Are you chilling? Are you chilling? Are you chilling? She says I'm chilling, Mum. So apparently, I mean, Rich just said that this wasn't released on like PAL English. It is just, is it French or Italian? Yeah, it's Italian. I don't know. Anyway, it's definitely a language I can't flip and read. But I just love the box art, and of course it would have been great to play it, but I bet you can get it on a translation patch. But still, that's nice. That is lush. All right, let's see. We're repping Fatal Fury. We got that in Germany, saw that last time. This is Mint, Daffy Duck's The Marvin Missions. Aero, the Acrobat, which I'm sure I have. I will consult my pictures in a moment. What else we got? Bit of Dirt Racer. It's nice. It's not one you normally see. And I never knew that was a Super FX chip either. That's interesting. That is interesting. That can go in the maybe baby pile. And this is still in. A lot of you guys went nuts over that last time, but it is, like I said, NTSC. It's just such a unique box with that plastic embossed logo. Really cool. Still got 2 copies of the Terranigma in. Where else? We have a bit of Space Invaders.
Yeah, all that, just, yeah.
NBA Hang Time. Again, oh, loving that.
Yeah.
With the old, oh, it's lush, man. But NBA Jam's where it's at. Let's whack it on the maybe baby pile, shall we? That came in. They came in yesterday, did they? This is the maybe pile, guys. That's where it's at. Look at all this OG artwork. Not for sale though, eh?
No,
sadly not. Gutted. This is one. Had my eye on that this morning. Reading a book about Super Nintendo, actually. It's just so much good stuff. It's so hard to kind of narrow it down on additional things that I want to get. That's a nice big hit. Crap game again. But it really just adds to value. It's crazy how crap games are just so valuable. I'm pretty sure I have that unboxed. I want all of it. Rich, for the rest of it, I'll offer you £2,000. Right, let's go. See you later, guys. Right, let's go and actually step away from Super Nintendo for a minute. Let's focus on some other 16-bit goodness for the viewers, because there's a lot of stuff here, you know, on the Sega Mega Drive, and it just keeps getting fuller and fuller and fuller. Like every time I come down, there's just more and more stuff in, and there's more and more stuff in the pipeline as well from this shop. Again, I will link them in the description, guys. Some beautiful stuff. I mean, look how nice that is. That beautiful PS2 box. And again, the Mario Smash Football pack. It's incredible. Oh, check it out. Look at all these. Oh my God, it's so cool. You got the Street Fighter Pop. Nice collection there. Balrog, Ken, Akuma. It's all there. I mean, it really is just gorgeous. I don't think I want to splash out any money on the Sega stuff today, because of course it is all about Super Nintendo for me, except for that sign, which Rich won't sell me. But I can keep asking nonetheless. But I love this place. Right, okay, so we've just had a discussion about Mega Man X3, and Rich said I can have it for £200. £200 for Mega Man X3, guys. We've got loads of wicked stuff in here. That Pocky and Rocky's nice. I did clock that last time, to be fair. But we've already got a massive pile going. I want that. That's what I really want. Right, we're going to have a tot up, guys. Again, there's still loads of stuff down here. And what's interesting is some of this has actually been replenished. So more and more SNES stuff is coming in as it's going out. So if you do want anything, you just got to come down or drop Rich a message on Facebook. So yeah. So yeah, this is something Rich picked up recently, and I think it looks really nice next to that PlayStation sign as well. Sorry about the screen flicker, guys, but it was just really nice. You're going back in the store and seeing all the games in here back in the day, of course. You've got the fixed original controllers. It just oozes charm, and you just don't see these anywhere else. But how nice does that look?
Original artwork from the back in the day.
Original artwork, and this was from the guy who designed these, wasn't it? Pinball graffiti. Oh, I used to have that actually. That is worth a fortune. That's my favourite.
Dark Forces.
And he'd laminate them all. Oh, look at that. None of it's for sale though, right? No, none of it. Look at this. Wow. And he designed all these. This guy actually designed.
He worked for Capcom, Virgin Games.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Madness in it.
Liberty City job. Look at this. It's just beautiful, isn't it? Mint, mate, that. Again, you just stuff you don't see. It's just nice. It's come down to the shops and just see it, isn't it? On a completely different... Oh, yeah, I saw that on your video as well. Yeah, you're popping off on your Facebook. It's really good. Look at it, yeah. Old school gaming for days. Look at it. Real nice stuff. It's getting dangerous, guys. I keep looking at my list. Have I got this? Have I got this? Have I got this? I'm going to have a final tot up and then I'm going to walk away. And of course, when we get back to the Lady Lounge today, you will see pickups from this particular episode. So of course, you can just see everything that I picked up. I'm not going to make you wait for this one. But yeah, we'll get back in a minute anyway. I just need to keep filming and look around because it's cool and I love it. So we just got back in the car from Old School Gamer. In Thursday's episode, you're going to see a brand new store that we're heading to next. But that was your first time in Old School Gamer. I know you've not got a lav mic, but how did you find that shop?
I liked it, and everybody was really friendly. Oh, I love all the signage, like the big Nintendo signs and the big PlayStation sign and the huge Game Boy. I mean, yeah, a lot of cool stuff. Oh, and the ET.
Oh, you love the ET.
I mean, I love that kind of stuff.
And the first thing I heard Jess say when we went is, oh, look at the big Game Boy. Because you really did grow up with that console, didn't you? It's one of your staple ones alongside your Atari and your NES. Mm-hmm. So that was really cool. And I think I was saying to Jess, I don't know if we were filming, but I was like, should we get one of these for the living room? Meaning like the huge Game Boy. Jess is like, no.
No, I don't think it goes with the theme in there.
We could shoehorn it to fit the feng shui.
I don't think so. We don't have a big enough living room for that.
Gutted, man, gutted. But no, it's really cool and I'm glad you came. And Molly was brilliant. Everybody was fussing her. She was a good girl. And it's just a great way to have a little family retro game hunt for my 42nd birthday. I'm sure Jess thought, she's like, what do you want to do on your birthday? I was like, retro game hunting. She's like, really?
Shocker.
Yeah. Really? Yeah. So yeah, and we've got some good stuff. And of course, like I said in there, we're going to be heading back soon-ish, I think. And filming the kind of pickup section of today's episode. So stay tuned for that because in 3, 2, 1, we will be back. 3, 2, 1. Always a pleasure to see Rich and the crew, Old School Gaming. You've seen what's left on the full PAL Super Nintendo collection that we did a few weeks ago. I was itching to go back down and I knew I wanted to go back down on my birthday as I filmed it. And I knew I wanted to kind of have a little bit of a sweep for some less, some cheaper titles, but definitely obscure titles, because everything I've brought back today that you're about to see are definitely obscure titles. Not necessarily great titles, but I kind of was like, what am I not going to see again? Now, they had a PAL Breath of Fire 2 in, and you'll see in an upcoming episode, you'll see some kind of crossover with that. So I didn't pick it up, but it was a lovely price in at $2.50, and that is the beauty of Old School Gaming. You're getting down there, you're seeing collections like that. There was even the gorgeous Sega Mega Drive stuff, 360. You know, you've got your classic red labels on the PS3. Loads of good stuff, loads of good prices, and I can't wait to get down again because, of course, Rich gave me some ideas and a flavour of what's to come. So go and follow them, guys. Go and click the link in the description and give Old School a follow. Tell them Geb sent you and go and enjoy yourselves some classic. You can mop up as well what's on the PAL PS2 collection, but if you've not seen that full PAL set I filmed, I'll link it in the cards. But let me show you what I picked up as well today. You're going to be hopefully loving it. Wow, a nice big pile of games here. Let's do this. Okay, 13 Super Nintendo games CIB that I didn't own. Okay, I'm going to go through them because Rich has very sticky stickers on here. You see an NHL 97 with a very sticky sticker on it. I need to get these off. I've just about managed to get them off the load that I did when I initially went down before opening on the full PAL game set. So NHL 97. So again, for me, I've mentioned this on a few videos, it's late in the SNES cycle, and I did see this when I initially filmed, and I drove away kicking myself that I didn't pick it up. It's got a great box art, a lovely purple label around it. Not the best game in the world, you know, as I joke and we say all the time, terrible games cost insane money. Popular games, Star Fox, Starwing, Super Mario World, great games, cheap and plentiful. But things like this you don't see that often, and again, a great price in at 45 quid. So very happy with that. Finally glad I actually went back down and it was still there, so a massive thumbs up on that beaut. Now we've since got another load of Super Nintendo stuff in, so this one wasn't in the full PAL SNES set, and he does have another, so if you want it, go and get some Brett Hull Hockey, 25 quid. bargain. I've seen this go for 50 plus. It's crazy. Rich. I mean, this guy's amazing. He's like, there's something for everybody down there. So if you want to go down and get your cheap end stuff, right up to your big hitters like Mega Man X3. We were joking around with that. He'd already been offered quite a few thousand for that. So we'll see if that transpires for him, for someone to grip Mega Man X3. But this copy is a little bit battered, but I'm fine. I'm not a condition collector. I call myself a cardboard connoisseur, but I'm certainly by no means a condition collector. So he did save that for me. So I'm really happy with that beaut. Big hitter time, kind of. In terms of price, good price in £150. The first game is incredible. The second game, we got some Lost Vikings 2, Norse by Northwest. Now, here's a little story. A few years ago, I was at Doncaster Gaming Market and I saw this and my eyes were like, ping, ping.
Huh?
And I wanted it so bad. It wasn't in my budget at the time. Now, you see this probably once every few years in nice condition. So I'm like, what I did before I went down today, I took pictures of all my Super Nintendo games. And I don't own this. I think I've got this on I think it's on PS1. I think it's PS1. But anyway, now, SNES girl, grew up with it. We have it on the Super Nintendo. It's not as good as the first, but that game, the first game, was this kind of notion of like co-op, but without a friend. 3 characters, 3 Vikings, very different powers, all working together to beat the level. I was mesmerised. So I'm really, really happy to get this moderately big hitter back in the collection. Not back in the collection, Gemma, in the Super Nintendo collection. Because again, I'm sure it's PS1 that I've got this on. I've definitely got this on another console. I'm like racking my brains right now. There's a bit of a reason I got this next game. And I'm going to take this out, right? It's just a terrible game. You're going to be like, Gemma, what is this pickup? What even is this? Bear with. Hole-in-one golf. It says here, unused, right? So this is an unused SNES game. Saw this down on my initial visit. Didn't pick it up because that was a major hit. That was like, what I got in that episode was insane. And I've already put it out there. But holy crap. That is what you call, oh crikey, guys, that's what you call Dixon's and Woolworths fresh out the back. Little nick in the top left there, but come on, this needs to be served on a platinum platter, delivered to my table. I didn't want to take it out because, you know, it's like that awkward thing. You like put your hand in here to kind of pull the cardboard out. I literally don't even get that out. That is a relic as a collector, right? Not as a player. We always joke, don't we? Terrible games, insane prices. It's a phrase. It's a phrase. Oh, yes, mate. Bargain at 70 quid. Now here's an interesting one. I have a cartridge of this. I'm going to be selling it on Discord, okay? Micro Machines. I actually need to get that top layer of plastic off these as well. Another job for me. Micro Machines don't own this box. Now it's so iconic. It's so iconic. On the Sega Mega Drive as well as the Super Nintendo. I don't own this box. So again, I'm just kind of beefing out the collection here. Obviously got it unboxed, but it's a staple title. So it's in not bad condition. Again, it would say it if it had no manual. So we've got a nice CIB copy here. A little bit battering on the end there. You can see some kind of damage on the box, but nonetheless, this is nice. And I'm not going to grumble at 35 quid, guys. I'm not going to grumble at all. Up to 4 players as well. I mean, this was kind of thinking out the box here with the Super Nintendo. You could play 4 players, of course, on the, I think one of the Sega Mega Drive Micro Machines. You have the 2 additional cartridge ports on the top of the cartridge. So this was kind of revolutionary technology for our very little early teenage eyes back in the day. So yeah, I'm happy I've got this box now. I've always adored the box art and I knew it was coming home. It says Virgin Megastore purchase on the top as well, special purchase. It adds even more nostalgia. Another one that I've got unboxed. Now we've got it boxed, Frantic Flea. I'm a sucker for pink box art. In fact, I've got, what have I got? I've got a bright pink, where is it? Oh, I can't think where it is. It's going to do me nothing. Where's that bright pink game I've got? Anyway, I love the box art to this. And again, it was one that I'd kind of like done a secondary shop in my head the first time I was down. I was so glad this was in. So again, I've got loads of cartridges that I'm going to be flogging, and it'll just recoup a bit of the money back in. So Frantic Flea, locked in at 55 quid. You don't see it. All these games that I'm showing you, aside from micro machines, you do not see them boxed. So this is where my logic's at. This is why I knew I wanted to go back down on my 42nd birthday to grab this and the rest of them. So yeah, pretty stoked. Now, you heard me say about this one in the app. I didn't know this was a Super FX chip game. I think it's about 9 or 12 Super FX chip games, like obviously Starwing, that was revolutionary. The Argonaut games that developed that chip with Dylan Cuthbert and Giles Goddard, you know, what went into that technology literally got them their gig with Nintendo. You know, it's like, oh yeah, Argonaut games developed this chip, and Nintendo were like, we want the technology, and all the guys went out to Japan to live, and Dylan Cuthbert's actually still there. He's got his own company now, his own development studio, still in Japan. I mean, this chip, this Super FX chip, can you even remember that first scene on Starwing, Star Fox, dun, 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 and you're like, the graphics. I mean, yo, that was what the Super Nintendo did back for me, like back then. Not only was it like nice, gorgeous 2D, you know, pixels of Super Mario World, I was like, this is the future. So I was like, pick this up, right? And part of me was back there. Part of me was like in that moment when you see Star Fox for the first time. Super FX chip, mate, 50 quid. I don't own it. And I didn't even know, I've never even played it. So it's that new experience here with a bit of Dirt Racer. Oh God, it's so good in it, eh? How good is that energy today? I feel it, man. I'm telling you, I'm on a high. It gets me high, I'm telling you. It helps me to concentrate when I feel like this. Like I concentrate and I just feel like my normal self. Breathe. So, another random little story then. And the reason I'm looking around is in the F section of my games. Please tell me I've got it. I know I've got F1 pole position. I knew I wanted to come back with F1 pole position till I was reading about this game this morning. I was like, right, if he's got it in, I'm gonna get it. Weirdly, F1 games on the Super Nintendo go for a pretty penny. They're terrible games. I don't even like F1. Love racers on all kind of generations, except for F1 games. Something different. If you pit an F1 game against the likes of, say, I don't know, let's go Ridge Racer on PS1. I'm going Ridge Racer. I'm going Ridge Racer. I mean, you can't fault the box art. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty darn nice. In terms of the gameplay, no way. 16 circuits, 7 teams, 14 drives to rediscover the sensations and suspense of real Grand Prix races. All right, mate, fair enough. But joking aside, you don't see it that often. And the one in the yellow case, which I do have, right? I do have it. It's like 150 quid game, depending on condition. So the sequel, not as valuable, 60 quid. Get in, buzz in. More bargains, big hitters, ish. I say ish because Rich is like underpriced these, and he's amazing. He wants to make it accessible for the community to come in and enjoy the games and get the games they want for good prices, man. He's very open about that, and I admire that. Is, you know, we've got here Big Sky Trooper, mate. I think I've got an unboxed copy of this, so that will be going if I do have it. But also, there's a bit of a Geb's famous game here. If you followed me for quite some time, this is insane. This goes for 150 quid at Console Passion. I was looking for this game on Super Famicom, right? Plus down a minute. You know I've got that. Check it out. I found it on the NES. I found it on the Game Boy. I found it on the American NES. I finally got a copy sent by my amazing friend Alan at Forgotten Worlds on the Super Famicom. But yes, you've guessed it. PAL Side Pocket. This game is so much fun, man. Only 95 quid. I've seen this go for 150 quid and above. And Rich knows it again. He said, because we had a conversation about prices when I was originally down, and he said, if this collection, because with a full PAL SNES set, when I first went down, if this was CIB mint, prices would be a lot higher, yeah? But because we're not dealing with mint, like this has got some, you know, an old price label there. See the remnants of that? So the price reflects the cardboard. The price reflects the cardboard. I'm happy with that. I don't care if it's a bit rough around the edges, so am I. So 95 quid for a PAL copy of Side Pocket, loving it. The fun continues, guys. We have got not NBA Jam, but NBA Hang Time. Literally, my eyes drawn to the hologram, which I do feel adds this crazy, weird collector value thing in me. I don't know why, but it just does. It's nowhere near going to be as good as NBA Jam, because let's face it, renting that NBA Jam from Blockbuster back in the day was an absolute integral part of my growing up. Probably a part of yours as well, right? So kind of figured I would have a little blast with this. Based on the hit arcades, the arcade hit, based on the arcade hit arcade, same thing. But anyway, nice addition to the Super Nintendo collection here at Team 24 HQ. What is it with sports games? Super Hockey, baby. Again, all these are PAL, really nice stuff going on here. Very random. This looks like that's kind of mode 7-y kind of stuff operating going on there. So I'm excited to give this a whirl. Haven't played it. It's like an Italian version. Is it? No, it's in English on the back. Contains English language instructions only, but it's got some like Italian kind of like weird sticker on the front. If anybody can explain that, why has it got the Italian sticker on the front, but it's in English on the back, and it says it's got English instructions. So Super Hockey, let's get it. Never played this. This is going to be a novel experience with a little bit of Cutthroat Island. 35 quid today. £3.99 of the past. Can you remember when the SNES, no one cared about the SNES? You're talking late 90s, probably to about 2005 even. That period, I wish I'd have invested. I mean, I had no money, I was poor, I was real poor. That was a bad time for me. I wish I knew what I knew then, and I would have maybe found some way to, you know, get Super Nintendo games, because the value of these things now is insane. The sentimental value of some of this stuff is insane. But the new, exciting nostalgia, the novel experiences that we're going to have with today's haul is even better. So I want my team, 24 members, you guys watching, you guys amazing people at home, to share some of your comments. If you're watching on the TV, grab your phone, hit me a comment and let me know. My question to you is, what is your favourite Super Nintendo memory? Please share that in the comment section. I'm going to be scouring, I don't care if it's an essay. I'm going to read every word. I'm going to dive into your world. Let me know, fill my imagination, and start your comment, Team 24, and I will love you forever. I hate this part of the video. Thank you so much for watching. That's the bad news, it's over. The good news is, if you click the pinned comment or the cards, you'll see some more awesome content from me. So thank you for watching. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.